What's up, y'all? It's Mr. Lake Lure Live. I was just kindly escorted from the I was just kindly escorted out of the staging area, and I completely understand. I was doing a video inside the tent, and I did not have a press pass. I didn't know I had to get a press pass, so they offered to give me a press pass in the morning, take me over to the public information officer, and give me a press pass. They said they could go do it tonight. I'm like, no, I'm good tonight. You know, it's late, and I completely understand. I was I was inside the mess tent where Bobby, Mariah, Chris, and Amy from Lake Lure Coffee were over there scooping ice cream. I originally jumped on that broadcast in there. Yeah. Well, Debbie, I'm kind of back, but I got ejected. I originally, when I went back over there, I jumped back on Mr. Lake Lure, onto the Mr. Lake Lure page, and started that live broadcast. And I wasn't building an audience, and I thought, wait a minute, why is that? I build an audience much better. I don't know why, but my audience, because I've got maybe 4,000 followers, something like that on Mr. Lake Lure. I've got maybe 5,000 and another 1,500 followers, maybe 6,500 on Greg Balk. So I usually try and do it on Greg Balk because I have a bigger following there. That channel seems to build a bigger audience for me, and then I usually copy it over to the Mr. Lake Lure page. Not that any of you care, but I was over there under the I was filming for a little while under the Mr. Lake Lure page, and I just posted it to the Greg Balk page. But it was kind of funny because what it was hundreds of ice creams that those four had scooped out for everybody over there. And they had all different flavors. They had black cherry, vanilla, strawberry, you name the flavor, they had it, all different colors of the rainbow. So I caught some pretty cool visuals of that for everybody. And I caught some pretty cool visuals of the inside of the mess tent while I was over there. I guess that's what you call it. I don't know what you call it, a big gigantic circus tent. They probably had, I don't know how many hundreds of people in there. And then you know, when I was in there before they ejected me, I was commenting about the fact that there were so many people inside that tent, and that was just a fraction of them, because a lot of people that I saw going in there were going in there, they were getting their food and they were leaving, going back to their camping area, because a lot of these guys have pitched tents and they have little campground areas, and some of them go back to their vehicles and eat, you know, where they just kind of sit in groups around different places and eat. So I was in there, I was filming that, and I was trying to be very respectful. I've always done that from day one. I've told you guys that on every single broadcast. I try and be respectful, and I've asked the public to be respectful. On my way out, I was walking with the fire chief, and he did thank me for all of the positive stuff that I've been doing for them. I'm a big supporter of, and I might as well just ramble on for a few minutes here to anybody that wants to listen. Because the exciting stuff is over for the evening, but if you want to listen, I'll ramble on for a minute, just because I'm kind of stuck without a ride. I'm over at my wife's salon. She's in there cutting firefighters' hair and that kind of thing. So I have asked the public to be to be respectful of all of these guys, not to try and sneak in, not to to be cognizant of who's around you on the road. You know, if there's because this is really just truly an impressive support the organization they have here. They're trying to keep the public out. You know, my car is parked off the street behind the building, so we're not in anybody's way. We're trying to do everything we possibly can to be respectful of the fire department and what they're trying to do here. And they did see me filming inside the tent. I did not know that I needed a press pass, but I figured if I was way in the back, in the very back of the tent, in the very back corner, you'll see if you jump on it was only like maybe a little 5-minute video before I realized I was on the wrong channel. And so I was in the very back of the tent, trying just to be really low key and not, you know, wander around inside the tent and be like, you know, going around talking to people or anything. I was very respectful back in the back. He did walk up to me and said, hey, you know, you really need a press pass to do this. We have media here that have gone through the process to get a press pass. If you'd like me to walk you over to the main office and get you a press pass, we can do that now. And I said, no, I'm good for the evening. We'll, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But I did tell a lot of you I was going to jump back on here. I had to go back to my office real quick. I ran out of battery and get another battery. That's when I was kind of walking around out here in this little not so much a staging area. I was just kind of outside my wife's salon, kind of on the main drag here where all the trucks were going by and stuff, just trying to stay out of everybody's way. So I am, I guess I'm done for today, and I don't know what tomorrow will bring. We'll probably, do another little update sometime during the day. What I'm trying to do for everybody is at this point, I'm trying to find you some more human interest type stories, because there's just a sea of press here now. I mean, like the fire chief mentioned when he was walking with me, there are, hey Dustin, what's up? Thank you for your service. There's just a sea of press here now. I mean, they've got trucks here parked 24 hours a day, the big satellite trucks and the whole deal. So there's plenty of local news out there. There's plenty of places where people can go to get information. Excuse me. What I'm trying to do now is just get you guys some kind of human interest stories. I was hoping to get in here and kind of give you a little behind the scenes. I'm sure somebody probably said, hey, Greg Bulks, in there shouldn't be whatever, big deal. It's not a big deal. I'm very, very respectful of the fact that they asked me to walk out of there. And was very respectful of the chief, and he was very, very nice to me and had very positive things to say about all the positive stuff we do for the police department and fire department. And we do that year round. We've always done that. We did it before this ever started. We've done a lot for the police department, the fire department. We try and support them however we can. We do a lot of special promotions with Chris and Amy at the coffee shop and stuff. So no problems at all. I just want you guys to know I got no beef with the fact that they asked me to leave. So what I'm going to try and do over the next couple of days or so is just give you some human interest stories. I know they had a little area in my building where my office is, where they've been preparing food, and there's dozens of volunteers over there getting that stuff ready. I might like to try and find a couple more homeowners that I could talk to that have been displaced. I really want to get Rachel on here to do we're trying to coordinate a time to get her in to do a live broadcast about animals, because this thing's not ending anytime soon. It might be ending in certain areas, but it's moving to other areas, and this broadcast gets out to everyone. So I'd like to get Rachel on here. I mean, maybe she can go live with us for a little while and talk about. I've been trying to touch on things that she gives me. She gives me talking points every day to talk about as far as the Humane Society, Rutherford Pet Supply, different types of things to think about for animals. And I'd like to get her to come on maybe for an hour, if she's got that much material, and talk about the whole animal side of this, because that's something that people are forgetting about. But aside from that, I hope that I did 3 or 4 little snippets. You'll see them on the Greg Bulk page. Unfortunately, I don't get to, when you do it on your personal page, you don't get to pick the thumbnail that goes on, unless somebody on here knows how to do that. Sorry, the truck going by. You can pick the thumbnail picture that you want when you do live broadcasts from your fan pages, but you can't do it when you do live broadcasts from your personal page. So you're going to see my ugly mug on a couple of those videos. Just know that if you get past my ugly mug, there's a pretty cool video of the what they call Tent City next to us over here, where guys, basically just a giant campground where these guys have parked their trucks. They got campsites. They pitched tents. I tried to walk around a little bit inside the staging area. We did a little one inside the mess tent. I stood outside of the office here and talked for a long time just about some general stuff. I tried to hit some of the different trucks and show you guys where they're all from. So governor says this may be going on until March. 6,700 acres, 1,000 acres each for the last 2 days. Yeah. I gave that number out earlier. I was hoping that was an accurate number, but it was. I think it has been at 1,000 acres a day for the last couple of days, which is just mind-boggling, especially when you consider the force they have here. I mean, they say that as far as manpower, this is the second largest concentration of manpower for a wildfire in the United States, and the other one is coincidentally also North Carolina. Not the largest by acreage, but the largest by manpower, as far as who they, the number of bodies they have out here working this. This is, from what I was told personally, this is number 2 in the country, as far as concentration of manpower. So it's a big deal. And yeah, they're saying it's going to go on for a while. A lot of these guys have been given their schedule for at least 3 weeks out. And who knows? I mean, I think the immediate danger for at least downtown Lake Lure, Chimney Rock area has passed, hopefully for good. Rumbling Bald, I know, still has some issues. There's still evacuations over there, but I think they'll get that squared away. I was very, very smoky over there this morning, but I know they were setting some backfires. And I know this is going up a different direction now, and So I don't know how long they're going to have this down here. I mean, this staging area is gigantic. We were on the other side. I had the opportunity to drive through here today to do some food delivery to the other side, and I was with Bobby, Mariah, Chris, Amy. We did some food delivery over to the Batcave Fire Department this afternoon. I got a chance to go through Chimney Rock downtown, which was kind of cool, through Batcave. A lot of areas where people haven't had access to, you know, because we were delivering food and doing some of that, we had the opportunity to go through and do that. I did shoot a little video as we went through there. I'll post that sometime tonight. You know, it's kind of like it's almost like a little GoPro video because it was, oh, I hope this is not the fire chief again. Because it was kind of like a GoPro video because I was just kind of hanging the phone out the window. But what's going on?
Hey, not much. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was going to use the bathroom if I could.
Jump on in there.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate y'all's hospitality.
Yeah. Thank my wife. She's the one.
I will.
Oh yeah. She's a little Asian girl in there.
I've several times today. I figured that out. Thank you.
All right. We got firemen coming in and out of Cindy's salon. This is, you know, I'll give it props. I've been getting haters they're saying I'm trying to promote myself, promote my business. But you know what? This is Lake Lure Salon and Spa downtown. We're right across the street from the staging area. And yeah, I'll give Cindy props. She's been doing haircuts today for firefighters. They have been coming in and out using her restroom. There are guys, actually, I just found out there will be guys sleeping here tonight. Originally, they were talking about just leaving it open, unlocked, for guys to come in and out, use the showers, and use the bathroom. But they've actually gone ahead and set up some cots inside, so they're going to have some guys actually spending the night here tonight. So I think that's cool. I walked in there. I had to go get a battery, and when I came back, I came through the back area, and there was a bunch of cots set up back there. And Cindy's like, yeah, they needed a place to, place to stay, and so we hooked them up. So, but there's guys going to come in here, use the showers, use the bathrooms, and have a place to sleep here. They're also doing the same thing down the street at Marathon Builders. Jonathan Hinkle's place down there. Charlene Eford, I think, is doing it with Keller Williams Realty. I think it's all part of that same building. Christy Smith has a massage place down there. That, of course, that's Tommy Hartzog's building where they do Chamber of Commerce and such. I talked to Jonathan Hinkle today. He was on a video we did earlier where we were interviewed by Channel 4 News, and they've got cots all set up down there. The whole front of their building is set up with with trucks all the way across, and I guess the inside of that, same thing. They got it set up with cots, letting those guys use. I know they have bathrooms over there. I used to be in that building. They got the nice facilities in there, nice bathrooms. I don't think they have any showers, but they do have bathrooms and plenty of room to put cots and places for guys to stay. I don't have that many people on this broadcast, but if anybody's got any questions, fire away. If not, I'm probably going to sign off for the evening once I can get back to.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. Once we probably get a bite to eat a little bit later here, and then hey Cooper, Linda Cooper, we miss you. Linda, I got one of the my old co-workers from California's on here. Did you see remember Phyllis Gamson from our Torrance office? Phyllis Gamson was on here busting my chops earlier about having a big ego or something like that. I don't know if you saw her on here. She said you're still full of yourself or something. I thought that was funny, but I didn't know if you saw her on here earlier. But yeah, I'll tell Cindy that you said hi and send your love, and yeah, I mean Cindy's out here doing it. Wow, I mean it's just something just to look at this. I mean, never in a million years would the people who live here have ever imagined this would have happened to this area. And I have never ever experienced anything like what's going on here with all these firefighters. It's just, I mean, I know I keep saying it over and over again, and why is Wilma leaving other than the fact she's 100 years old? I'm thinking maybe that question's not for me. But let me scroll through here and see if there's any other questions. If there's not, then I'll probably jump off here. Let's see. I got a lot of the diehards on here. Lane's on here. Debbie's on here. Wonder what happened with you, Marilyn Christoph. Hey, if you're still there. Dustin, thank you for your service. Christy, thanks for following me on all my broadcasts. Debbie, come back tomorrow. I plan to come back tomorrow. We'll probably look for some kind of human interest story to do tomorrow. There's lots of volunteer stuff going on all over town. I'd like to get around and maybe do some of that. Of course, there's not a lot of real estate stuff going on because you can't really access. I've got people calling that want to show places. I mean, we've got realtors calling from Asheville, Hendersonville that want to show property down here, but we can't get them to the property, of course. So, I mean, there's still interest in real estate. It's just we just can't get them to it. So, you know, we don't have a lot to do in the office. So what we're doing is we're just volunteering and doing whatever we can. Come back tomorrow. Renee's on here. Linda, thank you. Governor said may go on until March. 6,700 acres. It is. It's spreading fast. Unbelievable. So sad. Don't listen to the haters. Tell Cindy, good job. I will. Hopefully, I'll get my hair done. My hair is just it's horrible. Great job. Enjoyed the updates. I don't know who Wilma is, but if she's 100 years old, God bless her. Awesome job. Thank you, Tammy. Have you heard when the roads will open back up? Jan Ford, I imagine you're talking about the roads that go through here, through the main drag. Boys Camp Road is open to residents, and you have to get a pass. You have to register and get a pass to go to your house, but it is open for residents. I talked to Jonathan Hinkle today. He's got a house over there. He's not going to go back to his house yet because he's got a place he's going to stay in Hendersonville just to kind of avoid the chaos. But they are issuing passes. You have to get a pass though. You can't just go to the gate and say I live in there. You got to go register. I think you can register right there at the roadblock because I saw a bunch of passes there at a clipboard. So I think you can register there. They'll give you a pass and then you can go to your residence. So as far as I know, and check on the Town of Lake Lure website. The Town of Lake Lure is you want to see what's going on in front of me? Yeah. Lake Lure is the best place to go. So if you want to know about getting a, I've been ejected, guys. So you know, those of you that missed the first part of this broadcast, they ejected me for not having a press pass. But I'm sitting in front of Cindy's salon. Sorry, I kind of cut off my other conversation. Somebody wanted to see what's going on. The reason I had it on my ugly mug is because there's not much going on out here. Maybe I'll kind of just point it this way so we can see some lights and you know, there's a little staging area over here. I'm not sure what they're doing, but of course you see trucks and that kind of thing. But yeah, we'll try and do some. Road's back open. Boys Camp Road is open. You got to get a permit. I think you can get a permit at the. All
right, we've got some clarification.
Clarification. Hold on 1 second. I've been ejected, but we got the ejection clarification squad here.
Okay, the ice cream is provided by the Lake Lure Classical PTO.
All right, hang on. You want to? I'll put you live. No. Okay. Hold on. So, clarification. The ice cream, all that ice cream you saw in that other broadcast is provided by
Lake Lure Classical Academy,
Lake Lure Classical
PTO.
Lake Lure Classical Academy, PTO. Is that parent teacher organization? Is that what that is? Okay.
So.
Okay.
From my understanding, an unnamed sponsor.
Unnamed sponsor bought the ice cream?
And these three parties, the PTO, the unnamed sponsor, and let me see if Amy can text me who the other person was, because I had to stroll out of there to get over here to help.
Okay.
I'm two places at one time.
Oh, imagine that.
And then the other one, I'm not sure. I'm waiting on Amy to let me know who the other one was.
Okay.
That the Scoop did this at their cost.
I did mention that Scoop did this at their cost, and then there was a unnamed donor that bought the ice cream, and the PTO and the Classical Academy PTO. So
there was 3 people, from my understanding.
Okay.
Between the PTO, the unnamed sponsor, and someone else, and I'm waiting for Amy to give me that information.
Okay.
And Scoop let them have that at cost.
Awesome. Yeah.
And they were fortunate enough that they had enough left over from closing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was left over. Just tying up a few of your loose ends.
All right. Yeah, yeah.
Flying by the seat of your britches there.
Flying by the seat of my britches. That's how we roll. Bobby's trying to find out who the other party was that contributed to that. What was it? 1,000?
Yes,
1,000 servings of ice cream. And you can jump on that other video to see. I mean, there was just a gigantic table with a sea of ice cream. So in the meantime, so you don't have to look. We turn this around, and you can look at what's going on out here.
They're getting to roll out.
Who's rolling out?
They're getting ready to roll out. So can you keep getting closer to the road?
I don't know if they're going to eject me.
And
Helen Pace is the other person?
the PTO president.
Helen Pace, PTO president. And that's the Lake Lure Classical Academy PTO, which I assume is parent-teacher organization.
Right. They also did the coffee that you took to Bat Cave today.
And they did the coffee that we took to Bat Cave today. Didn't we also take ice cream too?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we took ice cream. I know we took ice cream and coffee over to Bat Cave earlier today. And we got like electric company coming in here, looks like, right? Yeah, Duke Energy coming through. We got a lot of action going on. I don't know if it's a shift change or if something's going on, but we got a lot of...
Getting ready to roll out to the other side.
We got, oh, they're going to the other side? It's like a... So it looks like a lot of these people that are over here are headed over towards the resort, Bobby? Is that what you heard?
I believe so.
Yeah. But they do it in an orderly fashion, one truck after another. So I'll kind of, maybe we'll give you a little bit of view of this. I was ejected from that other side, but we'll do it from here. Gee, I got myself in trouble. Flying by the seat of my pants. I didn't tell you who paid for the ice cream. That's me. That's all on me. That's my bad. All right, ready? Oh, just when I get out here, where'd they all go?
Well, they're lined up over there, so they'll be coming out probably in a few minutes.
All right.
But just wanted to make sure we clarified that it wasn't that Chris and Amy donated it,
Right.
but that they sold it at their wholesale cost.
Okay.
And passed it on to from several unnamed generous donors in the PTO.
Okay.
Is what I'm being told.
Unnamed generous donors and the PTO, all that ice cream you saw, and of course Chris and Amy that had it on hand
And donating their time
and their time
to do it.
with a smile. She looked all happy over there.
Oh yeah, and several staff members and parents have stepped forward during this and offered to help now.
Staff members and parents over there from the school have donated their time, and whether they were able to get here or not, or have an assignment or not, they have been donating their time and offering their time. So Amy wanted us to let you know that a lot of parents and teachers from the school, woohoo! They're rolling out, guys. They're heading to the other side. We are on the downtown side of the lake, so it's kind of cool that you guys stuck with me.
Ashboro.
We got Ashboro coming through right here. So what's happening is a lot of these, I don't know if they do this in shifts or how they do it. I would imagine because they're not rolling out of here in a hurry. It looks like they're doing it in shifts, and maybe these guys came in. Maybe these guys came in and had their meals, and now they're heading out to the other side. What do we got here? We got another one. Like Bladboro, something like that. So I'm trying to stay on here until they kick me out. If they kick me out again, I'm really in trouble. Uh-oh. Here comes another guy in uniform.
Well, actually, you're on your own.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. Good. That was just somebody coming to get in his car. No, I did a long little dissertation earlier about being respectful and understanding completely that why I wasn't allowed to stay in there. But we are over in Cindy's parking lot at the salon,
This
just
is right.
trying to catch these as they come through for you. What's that?
Wrightsville Beach.
Wrightsville Beach coming through. So this little bit of activity you see here is looks like they're heading over to the resort side of the lake. Those of you that are familiar with Lake Lure, they've come down here, they've eaten, and off to their shift probably for the evening. So if you want to stay on, we'll just...
Is the lake still closed?
Oh yeah. Yeah, lake is still closed. No boats on the lake to the best of my knowledge. And again, the best source of information to go to is town of Lake Lure, but to the best of my knowledge, no boats on the lake unless you're doing some kind of a function for, we did see some boats on there that were carrying materials from one side of the lake to the other. But to the best of my knowledge, still no boats on the lake. And of course, no boating operations, no tours, no fishing guides, none of that kind of stuff. And they've asked residents to stay off the water if possible, to keep that clear in case they need it.
Looks like we've got some going up
We
back
got
here.
some, yeah, we got some trucks going the other direction, which would be towards that cave side. And I don't know if they're just reshuffling parking or if they're actually going to have some go head out to that side. But most of what we saw in that little exodus looks like they're going to the resort. Here comes another one, and it's so orderly. I mean, the way they just rolled them out of here. I mean, you can see where there's a big empty spot there, and it's just so orderly. They just one after another, you know, they kind of peel them out one by one. It's just so organized. Hope you guys are loving this. This is something that I didn't think I'd get to see. I hope you enjoy seeing it. I don't think anybody else is bringing you this. I know the news is over there, but seems like kind of, what's that?
It's only little snippets.
Can't hear you.
It's only little snippets.
Oh, so there's news stations over there, but I don't think they really bring you this kind of stuff. You know, they'll bring you a story. They'll interview. You know, they'll do some live interviews. You know, they'll do the periodic you know, press conferences they have during the day, and when some of the officials come out and give their updates. But I don't know if they do any of just this kind of stuff, where they just, you know, you just kind of get to see trucks rolling through, and it's kind of cool because I can just let it roll and stand here, and you guys can hop on and hop off, and you get bored, you hop off, other people hop on. It's kind of cool. I mean, I think it's really interesting to see all the different kinds of trucks, all the different people that are coming through here, all the different equipment.
How you guys doing?
Hey Bobby, if you could, I see you're doing comments.
I'm trying to.
Can you load in there that comment about what you came over here to tell me about the donation, like where it came from? One thing that we talked about earlier today is that because we're doing our best to bring you information that you might not get elsewhere, or you know, we're doing our best to vet whatever information we can for you before we give it out. But some of this information you know, I do my best to tell you what's happening and where things are coming from, and every once in a while I get it wrong. And Hanover County coming through here. Who? New Hanover. Woo! Thumbs up for New Hanover right here. Yeah. What do we got there? Who's going that way? Durham Fire and Rescue coming through. Have things gotten any better? No. As much as I hate to say. Chris and Amy jumping on here. Durham coming through. I mean, how awesome is this? So what I was saying is that we try and bring you as much information as we can, and you know, we talked earlier that I did a little broadcast on Monday, and I got a couple things mixed up. I apologize for it. You know, and we move on. And it's about 20%, I think, Angela, contained at this point. And every once in a while I get something wrong, and you know what, that's kind of the way it is doing it. And you know, we had some people that had some hurt feelings because maybe they didn't get some credit for whatever they thought they should have got credit for. For that, I apologize, and we move on. And same thing with the ice cream donation tonight. You know, I didn't know that there were anonymous donors that put that together. And so what Bobby's going to do right now is she's going to try and clarify that for you, and and put it out there on your timeline so you guys can all read where it came from. You know, who put the money up for the ice cream and who participated in getting it out there. It sounds like a funny thing, but when you're talking about a lot of stock, you're talking about 1,000 servings of ice cream. That's a lot of ice cream. You know, got people over there donating their time, donating, and somebody had to pay for it. We had an anonymous donor pay for it, or they did, not we. You know, so Bobby just wanted to clarify, and she ran over here to make sure that the you know, credit was given where credit was due, and she's typing that up for you now.
Don't throw up on him, my typing skills.
No, I didn't say anything about your typing skills.
Just saying.
I said you were typing. I didn't say how well you were typing.
Yeah.
So here's, as we're looking at this, and I'll just keep talking, you know, because it's kind of cool to watch the trucks come through and watch the equipment come through. See, we got
Golden Valley, GV.
Golden Valley, GV. Thumbs up if you're GV. Give GV some love, Golden Valley. Oh, I see the love coming in for Golden Valley right here.
They're getting ready to, they have a little bit of something going on over their neck of the woods too.
Do they?
South Mountain.
Yeah.
South Mountain.
Cindy has cots inside for guys tonight. I don't know if you knew that.
Also, if anybody knows about the old school buildings, if they could put we're broadcasting. Wait, where are you from? Oh, Wingate. We gotta give a shout out to Wingate.
Shout out to Wingate.
Come on.
What?
I want to tell your wife hello.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
He's got the camera.
No,
That's who Cindy was cutting his hair earlier.
All right.
Sorry, I have to take the
Oh.
No.
I'm leaning on this lady's car.
No, I'm leaning on it too.
She came out. She's like, "I'm sorry, I gotta move my car." I'm like, "Oh, I feel so bad. I'm leaning on your very nice car." It's a Cadillac too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm leaning on this lady's Cadillac. Oh man, now I feel bad.
Any Ellenboro fighters there?
I have seen Ellenboro, I think. Didn't we? It wasn't today. I haven't seen them. Not that they're not here, but I don't think I've seen Ellenboro this evening. We've seen Forest City. Who else have we seen local? We've seen Forest City. We've seen Forest Lake Lure. We've seen. Who else have we seen?
Did we see String Hollow?
We did see Single Shingle Hollow.
Pop over there, that way you can see the light better.
What's that?
If you pop on the sign.
All right. We're gonna do a little vantage point shift over here. Hello from Shingle Hollow.
Watching from Vero Beach, Florida.
Vero Beach. People checking. Oh, who we got here?
We got Laurel and Hardy recording.
Who we got here?
City of Durham.
Durham.
Wow,
One in,
they
one
sent
out.
a lot of trucks.
Yeah, they have. What do we got there? The DOT truck. I don't know.
Never seen a DO3 truck like that.
No, that was just his license, I think. So you see, we're flying by the seat of our pants on some of this. But we like to try and give shout out and recognition to whoever we see that comes through.
Linda Sensel. Greg, I was at Ingalls in Lake Lure today and sat back as people went to the register and many were buying items for the firefighters. They were so proud of their donations. They were talking to other customers and cashiers. It was sweet.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. On that same note, people are always asking about my throat is dying on me because I've been out here in this smoke all day doing this. Not that I'm looking for sympathy, I'm just telling you why I'm clearing my throat in the microphone. A lot of people want to donate, and I might as well just, you know, I want to stand here and just let you guys watch this because I think it's cool and interesting to watch these people roll through here and see all the different fire departments. But I'll just keep talking. If you want to donate, Fairfield Mountains Fire Department has put out an email. They circulated it to all of us that are doing some of this kind of stuff, and they said what is easy for people to do is if you would like to get Kings Mountain, I think we see some Kings Mountain here. If you would like to go to Ingalls and buy a gift card. Because here's what's happening is a lot of people are loading up their car with just random stuff and they're driving it around and dropping it off at fire stations. And it's not that they don't appreciate it, it's just that it's a little bit haphazard. Some of our fire stations are manned by volunteers. And I don't know if some of you had driven by the fire department that was downtown, but if you went out front of that fire department, they had probably 5-foot high stacks of water and Gatorade and you know, things that they might or might not need. And so Fairfield Mountain, specifically that particular fire department, said, hey, here's what you guys should do. Go to your friends and family, collect a little bit of money, or however you want to do that. Go to Ingalls, buy a gift card, and drop that gift card off at the fire department. That way, if as they need things, they go and they buy them with those gift cards. So it's a much easier way than filling up your car with stuff and driving around and trying to drop it off somewhere. Or you can go to Lake Lure Fire Donation. There's a collection in there. Yeah, it's Lake Lure Fire Collection Donation, or Lake Lure Donation Fire Collection. It's a combination of those 5 words. You'll find it on Facebook. You can go there, and they do have a list of what these firefighters need. It's not what you think.
And drop-off places.
And there's drop-off places in there. So, and it's not always what you think. It's not always water and Gatorade. You know, they need different types of things that are on, and they have a list there for you, like lip balm and blister cream and foot powder and handy wipes and alcohol hand wipes and different things that they need that they don't have, because they've got a lot of other stuff that people are dropping off that they don't necessarily need right now. So go to, it's Lake Lure
Fire Donations Collection.
Yeah, Lake Lure. Let me hit this for you. See if I can do this right here. Lake Lure Fire Donations Collection. That's the Facebook page you want to go to. Hopefully you can see that. That page has been out there almost since day one. And it's a great place to go. They tell you where all the collection centers are. Some of these fire departments now are saying, please don't just drive around at random and drop stuff off. Please take it to one of the predetermined collection centers. As this thing progresses, you know, it's not going to end anytime soon, as you can see. Let me give you a pan. And Linda posted the link. But as you can see, and we've already had a lot of units roll out of here tonight to go the other side, this is not going to end anytime soon. So, you know, feel free to go out there, get those gift cards, take them to your fire department, and as this thing gets more organized, what happens is they're getting these collection centers together, and they're saying, look, instead of having, you know, 10 or 15 places like we had in the beginning, now we're going to have just 5 or 6, and take them to those 5 or 6, because then there's people at those 5 or 6 that are specifically, you know, appointed the task of getting that stuff distributed to where it needs to go. The other cool thing is you can go to Ingalls, and there's a whole list. If you go onto that link that Linda posted, I don't know if that's the same one that we gave out earlier, but I'm sure it's just as good. A lot of these places have the donation sites. Now, one thing about these donation sites is that you can go to these donation sites, like one of them is Ingalls. You can pull that list of stuff that they need off the website. You can go to Ingalls, you can buy the supplies and leave the supplies at Ingalls, because it's a donation center. So you can get the list. Wolfie's back. What's up, Wolfie Wolfertud? You can get the list if you're going to do your family shopping or whatever, and if you can, you know, and if you can collect a few dollars from your friends and neighbors, and you can go down there with that list, buy the items that you know they need because they specifically asked for them, and you could buy them at Ingalls and leave them at Ingalls. You don't even have to put them in your car. You leave it right there, and they take care of taking it, you know, to where it's most needed. How far away are the firefighters from? I have heard reports, and I can't verify this in person, but I've heard reports of Alaska. You've heard Alaska, haven't you, Bobby? Yes. I've heard Alaska. I have heard Montana. I've heard Oregon. Of course, all over Florida, all over North Carolina for sure. Where else have we seen? Places I don't even know where they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen names of. Here's one right here. I'll show you. I'll show you this one. I'm not quite sure where this one is, but if I don't lose a signal, I'll show you. Oh. I bet these guys get a lot of flack because they work for Climax Fire Department. They're not even looking out the window because I'm probably like the 1000th guy today who's made a joke about Climax Fire Department. So when people walk up to their car with a camera, they don't even look up. But
I was giving him a hard time.
He says he's going to do Facebook Live.
Fix that for you.
Huh?
Didn't you come fix that?
It's a loose wire. I got to take it apart.
loose wire? Isn't that a fire hazard?
Here, give me this and you can.
No.
No!
If I do it, she do it.
No.
Here, I do it, she does it.
See, if that's the case,
Okay,
then I'll do
do
it.
it.
What do we got here?
Just for you guys.
All
Then
right.
what?
Where are you from?
Wing it. North
Wing it.
Carolina.
From where?
Wing it.
Wing it.
Yeah, you know where Wing It University
No.
is?
Oh, is that where I got a
Brandon.
friend whose son goes there.
You won't let me go.
Hey, my wife,
How far away is Wingate? How far did you travel?
2.5 hours.
Wow. And how long are you here for?
We hopefully leaving in the morning, but we've been here for 5 days.
You've been here for 5 days already. And what do you do specifically? I mean, do you have like a, I mean, I don't know if you guys have different jobs or how that works.
Oh yeah, I do full living. I work for the town of Wing Public Works.
Okay.
And I
Give your
volunteer.
wife a shout out.
My wife, I don't know, she might be Rebecca. And
That's
this
what
is my
you
new
did.
girlfriend. Nah.
Get me in trouble.
Why?
No, thank you.
Hey, I ain't getting in trouble. My wife don't care. She look.
You'd be surprised.
Are you guys
still
witnessing
think
this? I'm just the photographer here. I'm just the photographer. Rebecca, I got nothing to do with this.
I don't
She
either,
does.
Rebecca.
She does.
I don't.
It's Greg's wife that gave him the hot shower.
My wife gave him a hot shower and a haircut. And a haircut.
Yeah.
Bobby's giving him love. This guy, I don't know, he's like a pimp right here.
No, I ain't.
Give him some love though. I can't even pronounce it like you pronounce it.
Wing it.
Wingate.
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 See, in California they would say Wingate.
See, you from California.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry for you.
I know. Believe me, I know you do.
All right. I'm
Wingate.
Wingate.
Wingate. Guys, look at me like I'm in numbskull. Wingate.
We can go there.
We
Wingate.
really have to go there tonight.
Jessica Hughes.
All right, so if you know where Wingate is, give him some love. What's up, Jessica? Do they need pet food? Okay, here's what you do for the pet food.
You know, I'm not sure if are we still on?
You're
here?
on. We're watching you. We're watching your every
We
move.
talking.
No, they're exchanging phone numbers over here and everything.
Get you on
Oh,
Facebook.
Wolfie said wing it.
Wing it.
That's why I'm standing with my back.
All right, I'll let them over there with whatever it is they're doing. We'll go back over here. He's trying to give me some love on Facebook. Hannah Brooks, what's up, Hannah Brooks? My new friend on Facebook, Hannah, joined us. All right, so back to pet food. Rutherford Pet Supply in Reservation Street, I think it is. Rutherford Pet Supply has been a great spot. My wife went down there, dropped off towels, blankets. They're looking for cat supplies right now, specifically cat boxes. We're gonna have somebody on hopefully tomorrow or the next day if we can coordinate. Wolfie food. What is Wolfie food, Wolfie? Wingate outside of Monroe. Wingate. That's funny. Jessica's here. Hope Kings Mountain is there. I'm sure they are. Do they need pet food? Yes, they are looking for pet food. And if you look at some of my, I think in almost every, I think in almost every video we've done, we've given out the phone numbers for the Humane Society. We've given out phone numbers for volunteers for the Humane Society. We've given out the phone number for Rutherford Pet Supply. So yes, they're looking for volunteers, and they're also looking for different types of supplies, pet foods, beds, blankets, towels, cages, kitty boxes, kitty litter, basically all that kind of stuff. And you could drop it off at Rutherford Pet Supply. They will get it where it needs to go. They got tons of volunteers there. last I heard, they were looking for volunteers to do things like transporting animals from one place to another. And we're going to have somebody on here hopefully tomorrow or the next day. We're going to talk about things like feral cats, wild animals that are out running loose because of what's going on. They've kind of been displaced out of their normal habitat. So we're going to try and do a little segment on animals and get somebody in here that either volunteers with or works for the Humane Society. We've got somebody lined up. I'm just trying to get her in here to actually do a Facebook Live with us. So Bobby's got a crowd gathering over here. She tends to attract these guys in uniform. What else do we got? Steak. Wolfie eats steak. Wolfie Wolferton. Wolfie food is steak. 2 hours from me. Steak. Rutherford Pet Supply. Look at that. Wolfie put the Rutherford Pet Supply Facebook on there. Hey Wolfie, do you know on their page if they have a list of what they're looking for or anything on their page about this? Yes, I'm at the Welcome Center, Wolfie. I'm right across the street. Welcome Center is right here. If I can get it to zoom. So yeah, Wolfie, we're right across the street. My wife's salon is right across the street from the Welcome Center. Sorry, it's a little fuzzy. We're doing this on the fly with an iPhone, so. But yeah, we are at the Welcome Center. Wolfie's a carnivore, so when we hook up with him, we'll buy him a nice big steak. Wolfie, do you know on that? Check. That'd be awesome. If you could check on there and see if they've done anything specific on that Rutherford Pet Supply, specifically for what's going on here. Because I know they're acting as a drop-off point, and I know they're organizing some of that with the Humane Society.
I ain't worried about it. I got the other one. Bye, y'all.
He's gonna send us some fire pictures.
Fire pictures. Oh my God! Didn't know they brought pets. Not sure what that means, Angela. Didn't know they brought pets. Heard the winds will increase this weekend. I unfortunately have heard that same thing. I'm not a weather guy. I think Wolfie, you're a weather guy, aren't you, Wolfie? They're talking about some pretty heavy winds this weekend. Emergency management just came through. Looks like we got a forestry truck over there. Many people have offered to donate to the rescue effort. Share on a page you manage. We have much of it covered, but the Feline Rescue Committee would like to be able to spay neuter animals via Pet Supply. God bless those babies. Yeah, you got to watch out for your animals. Make sure to make arrangements for them early. Make sure and take care of those feral cats. You got to catch them early and get them out of there before you leave your house. I'm so happy I was able to get in here and just do this for you guys. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of quieted down now that the shift has run through. Saturday and Sunday winds 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusts up to 50. That's not good news. It's the news I was looking to hear, but it's not good news, unfortunately. No, Angela, they're not bringing pets here. We're talking about pets that are displaced from the evacuated homes. For example, in Rumbling Bald Resort, we had about 400 that were evacuated. We had about 400 that were evacuated at Rumbling Bald Resort. We had another stretch of road here that was evacuated, Boys Camp Road. And what happens is a lot of people don't make arrangements until the very last minute. So we're trying to, high winds are coming. It's not really awesome news. We got another Durham. Is it Durham?
Yeah, Durham Highway Fire Department.
Another Durham here. I mean, it's just unbelievable the resources they've sent up here.
No, I'll be here about 5 minutes.
I just want to be able to get out.
My wife's getting trapped in. She wants to make sure she can get her car out. Not finding anything on anyone with displaced pets. Okay. But I do know you can call, I think, Wolfie, can't you? As far as I know, you can call down to Rutherford Pet Supply, and they will definitely hook you up with, you know, with what they need. They're working with the Humane Society. They're working with some volunteers. They are a collection point for donations as far as blankets, towels, food, crates, that kind of thing. So, and I don't have their phone number, but of course it's easy to find. Just call them, and they've been really, really proactive. My wife was just down there a couple days ago dropping some supplies off to them, and they were super nice. And if you can, you know, buy a couple things from the store while you're down there. Support them because they're supporting your community and spending their own time and energy to do that. So support Rutherford Pet Supply. They've been an avid supporter of this whole movement from day one. Anyone else have anything on displaced pets? Yes, you can call. I wish I had more information. That's okay. We've been giving it out at that Rutherford Pet Supply is easy to find, and the information's been in almost every video we've done. These tonight are kind of on the fly. I did not expect to be in here tonight, so I'm just panning back and forth and walking and talking. I wish I could give you more, but I can't tonight. Ah, Rutherford Pet Supply. Look at Wolfie, man. That guy's like a Wolfie. You should just take this job that I have. It's probably warmer where you are. Do you know if Cleveland County would give it to them if I sent cat food? I'm kind of short on time, gas money, but I can give a big bag. You know, that's a good question. I would call them and ask, and you know what? I would bet if Cleveland... Here's the thing, and Bobby and I have talked about this, you know, in the office, and we've talked about it with some of our friends and people that we know, is one thing that we all have to remember is there's a concentration in this area of people that want to donate and want to give and want to send money and they want to bring supplies. But what we also have to remember is you also have to do that in your own community. And there are fires and tragedies that are going on all over the United States. That was, I think, on the forestry website there were 117 active wildfires, and you know, so if Cleveland County can't get that donation up here, you know what? I bet they could certainly use it down there where they are. So they would probably value it just as much, and you'd probably be helping out, you know, just as much as if you were to donate to them and drop some food off. So I'm sure they would appreciate it too. You're rocking it, bro. Just trying to help. Wolfie's been amazing. I just met him. I don't know if you guys know him. I just met him. I've never met him in person. I met him online, and he's been so supportive of our broadcast this week, and he jumps on here and tries to troubleshoot for us and get phone numbers and information and websites, and he's just been an awesome resource helping us spread the word about what's going on up here. You know, because the news does a little bit, the town does a little bit, the Forestry Service does a little bit, but we're trying to kind of pull it all together for you, give it to you all in one place. And Wolfie's the man. He's been on here on almost every broadcast, just, you know, donating his time to come on and help us do this, because I'm just winging this. So thank you so much. And I got that steak coming your way if we ever meet. Not good news. Prayers for all fighting the fire. Yep. Well, guys, I thank you for all of you that have tuned in and watched. We did one earlier today that if you're into this kind of thing, you're bored, you can't sleep. We did one earlier where we were interviewed by the news, and we did some interviews of a local contractor that passed through. We talked at great length about the whole animal thing. We talked about community and some of the different people and different players in the community that have really been a help. So if you can't sleep, jump on that one. The news interview was kind of funny. You know, it's kind of like kind of like me interviewing a news guy. So that was kind of fun. So you might want to jump on and check out that one. We've done a couple of these every single day. So if you can't sleep, watch them. What I do want you to do though is if you watch this one or any other of these videos, please share them. Sharing them helps get the word out. There's a lot of people that watch these videos, and they're not from this area. So if you share, it helps get the word out to other people, because we're getting anywhere from 10,000 to 80,000 views on these, and it really helps spread the word. So we thank you so much. And I think I'm done for the evening. Oh yeah, I think I did already a couple times, but let me mention one more time. Sometime this evening, I will post that video of us driving from downtown Lake Lure all the way through Chimney Rock over to Bat Cave, so you can actually see firsthand how it looks through Chimney Rock. And it really doesn't look that bad, but we were very kind of encouraged by what we saw on that drive. We had the opportunity to go over there and deliver some food to the fire crew over in Bat Cave, and I was able to kind of do like almost like a GoPro-ish kind of video out the window of that entire drive. So it'll be on later tonight if you guys want to see how downtown Chimney Rock looks, because you can't drive through there. You can barely get to this area, let alone, you know, there's another roadblock right at Chimney Rock town line, and so you got to go through 2 roadblocks to get there. You just won't get through downtown Chimney Rock. But so that'll be some video that you might not see elsewhere. So that'll be on. No, I didn't know when to get through. We got a little information for you before we jump off. Bobby had some information about getting back into Chimney Rock. So you just hold on 1 second. No, Chimney Rock is not open, Angela. And that I do know firsthand because I drove through there just maybe 2 hours ago and was stopped at 2 different roadblocks.
Right.
I'm gonna hold on
out,
1 second.
3 hours ago. This was posted on the Town of Lake Lure's website 3 hours ago.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna maybe I'll see if I can go. Hang on, guys. Sorry about the Blair Witch, but we're going to give you. You can go to the. If you go to the Town of Lake Lure's Facebook page, I can't get it, guys. Go to the Town of Lake Lure's Facebook page, and this says.
Chimney Rock Village re-entry for business owners and residents will occur this Saturday, 11/19 at noon. Windshield passes will be required to enter the village.
What?
The process to obtain these re-entry passes is being coordinated through the Fire Information Center. Once passes are obtained, those business owners and residents planning to re-enter can do so from either the north or south using Highway 74A64. Law enforcement checkpoints will be located at both ends of town to support re-entry. Note, the road remains closed through Chimney Rock Village to visitors and through traffic until further notice. To obtain a re-entry pass, or if re-entry questions arise, contact the Party Rock Fire Information Center at 828-513-2500 or 336-455-9641, or by email at partyrockfireinfo@gmail.com.
So just give me a summary real quick. Give me like 2 sentences. What's that say? It basically says
Saturday you can get back into Chimney Rock if you are a homeowner or a business owner.
Okay.
Visitors, no mas.
Okay. And that number again, and I should have given that number out 100 times through this broadcast. I've been trying to do that. And that number is 828-513-2500. Excellent number to call if you any information that you need about what's going on up here. We've called them 2 or 3 different times. We have people that have been calling our office about different evacuation areas and want to know information about their house. Don't call them to see if La Strada restaurant's open. Don't call them to to see if you can come to the welcome center. But certainly call them if you have serious questions about what's going on, or if you want to know about road closures, that kind of thing. That's a great resource to call, and they have those phones manned with people that are just super professional. I've had to call them on a couple of occasions, and they answer your question. They tell you where they're getting the information. They tell you how old the information is they're giving you. So it's just fantastic because it's a resource, and not only a resource, but they actually vet that information for you and say, here's what I know. This is as of this update that I got at this time, and this is where it came from. So they're just super professional. this whole organization that's going on here is just, you know, these guys do this all over the country every day of the year. You know, so when we walk in here, we walk into that command center and we were like, wow, I mean, this is just amazing. I mean, we walked in, it was so organized, and there was tables for this and tables for that, and different agencies have their own setups, and they do this every day. They do this every day, you know, all around the country. But for us to walk in and for us to see what's going on here, it's just mind-boggling. But these guys are out doing this all over the country, so
Okay.
you know.
Our helpful Wingate gentleman.
Hang on here, we got something else coming in for you.
Said that from Bat Cave, Jen Stiver is going to be supposed to be sending us a link to put on.
To put on our page?
Yes, to put in the broadcast about where you can donate for Bat Cave and stuff.
Okay.
He's helping. That's where he's been working out of up there, so he's helping us out.
So is she on here? Is that what you're saying?
He thinks that she is.
Okay.
So,
And her name again is
Jen Stiver.
Jen Stiver. Are you on the broadcast, Jen? If you are, give us a little heads up that you're on the broadcast. We're looking to get some information from you about Batcave. So if you're still on, Jen, let us know. And this is like like donating and stuff? Okay. We supposedly have a link coming to you that'll be on this broadcast from Jen if she's still on this broadcast. She was going to send us a link on where to go to, sorry for the fuzzy picture, folks, on where to go. I don't know what's going on my phone, but where to go to donate specifically for Batcave on that other side.
I did find where Helen was really pushing the donations for the ice cream. She's really pushing that out there.
Helen. Okay. Does Batman know that there are signs to the Batcave? Wolfie Wolferton.
I just met her last night. She's like you were. She's one of these people I contacts.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll hook up with her, and we'll probably put that information on the Mr. Lake Lure page and on the Greg Ball page for you. But I think we are done for this evening. Thanks for watching. Sorry I got ejected, but I totally respect their wishes. And maybe if we can get a press pass, we'll get you back into that staging area tomorrow or the next day. But again, thanks for watching, and watch and like my other videos, and it helps to, if you share them and tag your friends, it helps to spread the word about what's going on up here. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.